Firestar's quest was boring as hell, and a lot of people think that the New Prophecy was the most boring arc. I think that Skyclan really came in as like an afterthought because Firestar's quest, I think, came out right before the Power of Three, so it was shoehorned into the story, which doesn't make a lot of sense. I think if we could go back in time and have the Aarons think out the story more before writing it instead of seemingly writing it as they're going, we could have had a really cool arc where the villains seemingly were Skyclan returning to the forest to take back the territory that they lost all those years ago, and then the clan learns like they have this kind of dark history of getting rid of another clan, and then maybe at some point in that arc they go back to their ancestral home because that's where Skyclan probably went after they got kicked out of the forest. Like maybe one of them had a vision about the tribe of rushing water and then went back home, and that's where they've been ever since, and now they're coming back to reclaim the territory. And then like these chosen warriors go back to their ancestral home and find out like this is the motherland, and the tribe of rushing water is more interesting and has better culture and doesn't seem like a worse version of the clans, basically, because they find out that they have this kind of like dark history of removing another clan from the forest. I think this will be a great arc to question the warrior code. I think by the time the Power of Three comes along, or maybe Omen of the Stars, like we realize there's a lot of holes and flaws in the warrior code, like especially about clanmates falling in love with people from other clans, and like stuff about medicine cats and how finicky StarClan is. If StarClan has no haters, I'm dead. I think that this will be a great time for them to question and update the warrior code and their morals and what it means to be a warrior, and reflect on their xenophobia. That'd be kind of deep for a children's book, but hey, there's a lot of death and murder and blood and guts in it anyway. Let's add some philosophical self-reflection.